Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. This is your first time here. My name is Udoh, and every week I share great content that can help you master your personal finance and grow your wealth. So thank you for joining me today. Now in today's video is specifically targeted to people who are in their 20s. Based on my YouTube analytics, it shows that I have a lot of people who are in their 20s. So this advice is for someone who's in their 20s and also for anyone who's over 20 as well. It basically applies to you. So when you're in your 20s, I mean, those are your starting years. You've probably just finished college and you probably have a job, for those who are fortunate to get a job in their field. And the next thing you want to do is have your own apartment, have a car, and start going out with friends and having a good time. Now that's not the right time for you to do that. So basically you want to make sure that you keep your housing and you keep your expenses low, which means if you have to share a place with your friends, if you have to still stay at home so you can save up some money, you don't need to buy that fancy BMW or Mercedes or any luxury car at this stage of your life. Now is when you want to save your money, you want to invest your money, and you want to create a business for yourself. Yes, you do have a job, but at the same time, you have to have a second plan of starting a side hustle or starting a business, because your 20s is when you have all the energy. I'm not saying you should deprive yourself from going out with friends or spending on yourself. It should be part of your budget. However, avoid the trap of getting a fancy apartment, or maybe probably buying a condo or buying a house, or maybe buying an expensive car. Currently, while I'm shooting this video in 2021, end of October of 2021, the average price of a new car is $45,000 in the United States, and the average price of a used car is about $25,000. So if you're spending $45,000 on a new car while you're in your 20s, your payments are gonna really, rob you of your chances of creating wealth. So that's one of the areas where you want to make sure that you minimize your expenses. So number one, you want to make sure that your living expenses you keep at a minimum. If it means staying home with your parents, if it means sharing an apartment with someone to keep that cost down. And secondly, you can get a nice used car, very reliable, that can get you from point A to point B, because at the end of the day, no one cares what you're driving. Most times people buy cars just for their ego. Okay, if you can afford it, fine, but I'm specifically targeting those who are in their 20s, because those are some of the mistakes that I made when I was in my 20s. I was constantly upgrading my vehicle, and every time you upgrade your vehicle, you have more expenses. They're more expensive to fix, they're more expensive to service, which means you don't have enough extra cash flow at the end of the month for investing. Now, when I say investing, I don't just mean the stock market. You can put your money in the stock market if you want. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's something you can consider. But I'm talking about investing in a business, investing in an online course or an online business, having a side gig on the side. If you like cleaning cars, you can do that. If you like drawing, you can do stuff. If you like teaching, you can sign up and teach people certain things. So when you're in your 20s is the time for you to buckle down and have a game plan on what you're going to do for the future, because by the time you're in your 30s, if you started when you're in your 20s to accumulate wealth, by the time you're in your 30s, you should be in a position where you probably don't even have to work if you don't want to work. And then by the time you're in your 30s, if you keep up with saving your money, keeping your expenses low, making smart financial decisions, by the time you're in your 40s, you'll be all set. And at that time, you probably have gotten married, you probably have kids. Then life won't be as stressful. Most of us make the mistakes of wasting our youth. We waste our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, and sometimes our 50s, and then now we're approaching our 60s, time for you to so-called retire, and you're in a panic mode because you have nothing saved up, you have no investments, you have no wealth, you have no assets, all you have is debt. And that's where most of us find ourselves, later on in life. So if you're in your 20s, now is the time for you to sit back, forget about your ego, forget about your friends who are driving nicer cars or living in flashy apartments, buckle down, save your money, invest your money, and I guarantee you, when you're in your 30s, your 40s, you'll be living a much better life than they are. So if this resonates with you, make sure you share this video with anyone who's in their 20s, and make sure that they see this video, because it's very vital that kids today take financial their personal financial future seriously. So thank you so much for being here today. I know this is kind of like a serious topic, but it is very vital that people in their 20s, in their 30s watch this video, because it applies to everyone. So thank you again for being here, and as usual, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, and remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so YouTube will notify you of my latest video. So as usual, be true to yourself, be true to your goals, and never ever give up, and I'll catch you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.